character having levels.
I burped. Excuse me.
No problem. Trust me, if anybody's gonna, understand a burp, it's fucking me, man.
Well, you have a legitimate reason as to why that happens. It's just because I ate Taco Bell because I'm a fat fuck.
Oh, I want Taco Bell.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I decided to do it because I'm like, look, the only like carb-heavy thing that I've eaten in the past like month is a whole wheat sub that I bought at Publix. I'm like, I'm gonna treat myself just once. I regretted it immediately after I finished it. I felt like shit. Well, because I've dropped like 15 pounds in a month.
Nice.
So I'm upset because I have to throw out some of my bananas because I took too long letting them get ripe, and now they're too ripe.
Yeah. So where was I? Oh yeah. So yes, again, so instead of each character having their own individual levels, when you fight random battles, your stats will go up slightly, but only up to a certain point. After a certain point, your stats will stop going up. But instead of individual levels, what you have is called a star level, and it's just universal. It's for all the characters. And your star level only goes up after you've reached a certain point in the game. After you've reached a certain part in the story, like you've beaten a certain boss, your star level increases. So random battles will increase your stats, but only so much per star level. So it really eliminates the need to grind, and it eliminates, you thinking, oh, am I under-leveled for this area? Am I over-leveled for this area? It's basically, okay, if you're getting your ass kicked on a certain boss, you're just not going in with the right strategy. Which I really enjoyed that.
My strategy for this game is hit things with an axe and hope for the best.
There you go.
Unfortunately, it's a strategy that works. I don't have to do anything else.
But yeah, so as for my thoughts on Chrono Cross, like I said, it does some things I don't like, but at the same time, it does a lot of other things I do like.
Well, that's good. Because, you know what's weird? Do you know where I bought it sealed? For $10? Amazon.
Wow, that's...
It was on sale. Like, and it was Amazon who sold it. I'm like, what?
Interesting.
I was very confused.
Yeah. But like I said, it does really good. Like I said, the story itself is really good as well. It's like, as I was going like to this, like the very beginning. But like, essentially the premise is like, imagine, you get you're living in your world, your life, and all that, but then you get transported to an alternate world where you actually died years ago. You are now in your exact same world, but you no longer exist in that world.
Oh no, it's an isekai.
Yeah, no, it's like the game, basically again, this is PS1 era, so think decades ago. But it's like, yeah, like in the beginning of the game, like you go up to this, cliff top, and of course, like you and the character Lena, it's like, your best friend / like, plan to be married one day. You go up to this cliff top, and there's like a stone slab there that says like Serge and Lena forever. Then after you get to the other world, that same stone is actually your grave. It says, "Here lies Serge, died when he was like 10 years old," or something like that. So like, a large majority of the story is like how did you get to this alternate world? How do you get back and stuff like that.
Probably like one of those like, can you even get back?
Granted, that whole subplot is just like that whole plot is just like the first half of the game. After you pretty much find out what the fuck happened, then also becomes saving the world from the evil blah blah blahs.
God, that just sounds like every anime plot ever.
Well, this is fucking.
I'm not trying to
square.
be rude, but you
No,
get my point.
What I was saying, this is. I was saying, well, this is fucking Square in the PS1 days, so you're not far off.
Well, it's... You know what? What works, works. Do you know what RPG I've been wanting to play forever, but I just don't... I just don't have the money for it right now? The Wild Arms series. I've heard good things.
I only played the first one, but it was really good. I really enjoyed it.
Right now, I'm really liking Robotrek. This game is fun. Unfortunately, I'm way overpowered, so this game is kind of easy right now. I'm just trying to find out where the fuck I am.
Yeah, versus, you know, when I was watching you stream before, you're in that cave, and you kept getting fucking bodied by that crab dude.
I got BTFO'd by a fucking crab.
Crab people.
But at least giant crab.
Yeah, no, I played the first Wild Arms and it was really good. Well, now, only thing that kind of pissed me off was like a mechanic they started Wild Arms with, but then like not too far into the game they kind of cast it aside, which is something they did with Octopath Traveler and made that pretty much the entire game, which I liked. But like with Wild Arms, there's 3 characters you play with, but each one kind of has like their own separate start to their story and why they're doing what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
But then essentially, once all 3 characters meet up, then kind of the big bad guy shows up and it's like, oh, well, let's band together and beat this guy. Okay, it's like then all of a sudden their individual reasons for why they were doing what they were doing
Become
is
pointless.
kind of thrown out. Yeah, is kind of thrown out the window.
That sucks.
And that kind of pissed me off. It's like that was such a great start that you all of a sudden did nothing with, which is why I really loved Octopath Traveler. It's like, yeah, here's 8 different people who are doing their own things, and it's like, well, hey, can you help me with this? Yes, cool, thanks.
I never finished Octopath Traveler. There's a specific reason why. It constantly felt like I was getting roadblocked every hour. Like, it was like, okay, now you want to do this story bit. Okay, now grind to this arbitrary level to do this next bit. By the way, you're going to have to arbitrarily grind past that level a few more levels in order to actually beat this with any smoothness.
Yeah,
But
that was the downside. Octopath Traveler was really fucking grind heavy.
You know me, I don't like games where grinding is pretty much the only thing that you do. That's why, as much as I think that the first Dragon Warrior game is fun, I can only play it for like an hour at a time because of how, like, it's literally just a grind.
Yeah. Now it's one of those, I don't really mind grinding. I mean, I've played a lot of MMOs, so I was like, I don't really mind grinding so much. My biggest pet peeve, which again would beg the question, well, then why the fuck do you play MMOs? But my biggest thing is, like, you know, when grinding, in my opinion, grinding should be optional, not a necessity.
It's not one of those things where it should be optionally mandatory.
Grinding should be necessary to a point, and it's like there should be an increase in difficulty, but it should be an option to make things smoother, not an option to literally win.
Yeah. Okay. Like perfect example. Like I said, I've been playing through Chrono Trigger again. Chrono Trigger is a great example of grinding done right. Now it's one of those, if you're walking around and you're literally dodging every single enemy and not doing any random battles, then yeah, you're gonna have a shit fest of a time, you know, beating the bosses. But if you're walking through each of the dungeons and like actually, fighting the enemies that pop up, you're not gonna have an easy time with the bosses, but the bosses are gonna be doable. Like if you're fighting everything that comes up, then you're gonna gain enough experience and gain enough levels to make the bosses possible. At no point does the game say, okay, stay in this area for about 2.5 hours and grind up because your level's too low. It's like, no, just walk through, fight what you see, you'll be fine. It's like you don't have to grind.
Yeah, Final Fantasy does that well as well. Like the only thing that I've noticed with, like, for example, Final Fantasy is like there is that one point in the game where there's a roadblock, but it's only one, usually. It's like, for a perfect example of that is Final Fantasy X. Do you remember the dragon on the airship fight?
Vaguely. It has been many, many years since I've played 10.
That is what I'm talking about. That is a roadblock, but it's doable if you know how to strategize.
Oh man.
Which, as a kid, I didn't.
I can tell you a Final Fantasy game that you would hate, that you would despise. You would throw it out the fucking window.
Mm-hmm.
And it is no surprise to me that Squaresoft never fucking did this concept again. Final Fantasy II.
I love that game. You shut your mouth.
Oh, fuck you. That game sucked.
I actually streamed it once for a Retro Sunday. It was a bit of a slog.
A bit of a slog? Well, okay, well, if you only did one stream of it, then yeah, you didn't get far enough for the bullshit of the mechanics in that game to really fucking sink in. Cause yeah, like, it's like the whole concept of it is like, oh, so if you want your attack, oh, one sec.
If you want your attack stat up, you have to attack things. If you want your HP up, you have to let yourself get beat within an inch of your life.
Yeah, and if you want your magic to go up, you have to actually you have to use magic. It's like, basically the game forces you to grind and use everything while at the same time being hit by everything.
Do you know what I thought was a really interesting way of encouraging, like, variety in your grinding? Have any of you played Lord of the Rings: The Third Age?
I have not.
I own it, but I have not played it.
It's a really fun game because it has your basic like level grinding, when you kill things you get XP and stuff. But it also has a separate grinding mechanism where you have 2 sets of abilities usually. And the more you use abilities in that skill set, the more abilities you can unlock. So, let's say I have like a strength attack in my sword skill. The more I use that strength attack, let's say I use it 5 times, I can unlock a 2-hit combo. I use that 2-hit combo a certain number of times, I can unlock a 3-hit combo. It works that way, and I thought that was really fun. And an even more interesting mechanic that it has, for every area you beat, you can play a little game mode in that area where you get to play as certain types of enemies attacking the main characters, which I think is really cool.
That definitely sounds interesting. Yeah, I own Third Age. Actually, I went to that pawn shop I was telling you about that I like going to, where like the owner knows me, and he had it there for like $10. But I was already buying like a couple other games. I forget which ones. And he said like, well, since you're buying these other games, he sold me Third Age for like $5.
Even at, like, look, the game is cheap, like the game is very cheap because I think it was it's a Lord of the Rings game. But it's definitely worth it. So, I don't know if you still have your PS2 dateless. I assume not.
I never owned one. I don't know what it gave you the impression that I did.
I just assumed that everybody owned one at some point. I mean, to be fair, with the PS2, that's a healthy assumption.
I mean, that is fair. And also, like...
but it's worth it. It's a good game.
At least for... on like from my aspect here, the one I bought the GameCube version of Third Age.
That probably looked hideous.
Yeah, the graphics ain't fucking great.
Well, if I remember correctly, it's like the power of the console isn't that bad, but the mini discs make it worse.
The disc is the GameCube was a good system. It's their choice to go with mini discs is really what's
to prevent piracy. Look how well that turned out.
Oh yeah, which is why I don't really care that I bought the GameCube version, because I have my ways of ripping the ISOs off GameCube discs. So it's like, hey, I bought the GameCube version, but I'm playing it on my PC, which I can upscale to fucking 4K 60 frames per second. And increase the texture quality and shit like that. Like hey, it's like, makes no difference to me if the GameCube version looks like shit. I can make it look better because I emulate that shit. Which is actually easier than you would think, because I still have my Wii, which of course can read GameCube discs, and homebrewing the Wii was so ridiculously easy. So it was literally just like, take my homebrewed Wii, which already has software on it for disc ripping. Yeah, just pop Third Age in there, and basically rip the ISO onto the SD card, and then boom, put that SD card in my computer. Because that's the thing. As I've said many times, it's like, yes, I emulate, but I only emulate games I actually own. It's like I rip my own games. I don't rip shit off the internet.
The only one that I have emulated that I don't own is mainly because it was a European-only game. Called The Sniper 2. Well, the English version was only released in Europe. So,
actually,
I emulated it. I intend to buy it at some point. It's just I need the money.
Yeah, and also I have one of those for me as well. There was one game I emulated that I didn't own. But yeah, that's the same thing, because this was only released in Europe. Nowhere else got this game. I don't fucking know why. It was a Wii game called Disaster Day of Crisis.
That's a bit of a mouthful.
Which is weird because the way the game plays out, it totally seems like it was like developed in the US. It definitely seems like an American-made game, but it was only released in Europe.
I totally forgot to announce that I was live. Whoops.
Whoopsie-doodle.
Excuse me. Ugh. You taste the Taco Bell. Ugh. I hate that. Like, you get a little bit of gas and you burp, and then you're just like, ew, I just tasted my meal. Doesn't taste good the second time.
It never does.
Well, to be fair, for the past year, that's literally been anything I eat.
Well, now I'm just sad.
Yeah, eat something, 2 hours later, oh, there it is again.
Hello! You're back! Greetings. Welcome to hell.
And honestly, I am, I guess you could say I'm really lucky, because as much acid reflux as I've had over this past year, when I had that endoscopy done, the doctor said I have like very very minimal damage to my esophageal lining.
Well, that's good.
Like as much acid reflux as I've had, I was afraid I was, like my throat was just gonna be all kinds of effed up. It's like, she's like, no, yeah, I guess there is damage, but it's like very minimal.
Like, it's like probably normal levels of damage.
Yeah.
Damn it. I'm tired of grinding. The problem is that the way this game is designed, it is actually very difficult to get around enemies. So I just keep clobbering them. But the problem is that I'm so overpowered that it doesn't even matter anymore. Like, I've got about 2 to 3 more, like, chapters to go before the game is over. I'm already at a level to beat the final boss already. Like, I am several levels over-leveled right now. And even Marlon's like, why are you this over-leveled?
I mean, to be fair, I've played a number of RPGs where it's like where I've reached that level where it's like, yeah, I'm like so overpowered I can beat the final boss.
You know,
but it's usually because, like, I've gotten lost in like every single dungeon, so it's like the levels just came naturally because I didn't know where the fuck to go. And people
that's
ask,
a
like,
mood.
So people are like, oh, how are you this level going through this part of the game? Like, because I don't know where to go.
That's literally me right now.
Oh, fuck you, game.
It's like, trust me, I'm not this level by choice. Yeah. Oh, also, I'm a little pissed off at Steam right now.
What did they do?
Okay, well, I guess so Bethesda announced a new add-on for Elder Scrolls Online, which I find weird because they literally just came out with the High Rock expansion, and now they're coming out with another one. What the fuck was it called again?
Couldn't wait to get that sweet loot.
Yeah, they call it Necrom. That was it. A new expansion called Necrom.
40K. What? I'm in.
But yeah, so you know how when you boot up Steam and that like announcements thing will pop up and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
That popped up, and they were advertising Necrom. And they're like, oh, new add-on for Elder Scrolls Online. It's gonna be coming out, I think it said like in March. But the way
made it sound like it was releasing today.
No, the way they had the like advertising thing in that thing that pops up. The way they had that structured, it was basically like they were saying, oh, pre-purchase it now. It's supposed to be for the way they made it sound. It's like it's there for $20, but pre-purchase it now for $5. And I'm like, oh shit, $5. Fuck it, I'll pre-purchase it if it's gonna be like 75% off. Fuck. So I go to the page for the expansion itself, and I don't see the sale anywhere. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm kind of like, searching around, like, well, what the fuck? Like the announcement here said, is on sale. turns out what it is they were advertising Necrom, but they were essentially saying, oh, but but you can buy the base game for Elder Scrolls Online for $5, which is normally $20.
Oh,
It's
fun.
It's like the price they showed was for the base game, but they were advertising the Necrom add-on.
Bait and switch ahoy!
Yeah, I was pissed. I'm like motherfuckers. Like I was actually gonna buy that if it, what the fuck, assholes? It's like honestly, I would expect that on like Bethesda's website, but not from you, Steam. Come on.
Maybe they were doing it at the behest of Bethesda. We never know. Yes, please, Gravity Hammer Man, charge me, because that will make any sort of difference.
Huzzah! The key! It worked!
Anyway, I will be right back. I gotta go get the rice cooker started because we're gonna have, me and the old man are gonna have some rice with dinner.
You get it. Oh, fuck you, game.
The hell is this? Who are you? I am the electronic guard who protects this cyberspace. My name is Bug. Really? Hungry now. Let me taste your memory too. No, I'm gonna beat you up so you give me what I want.
Off with your head.
Man, this guy is getting... Man, he has missed 3 times in a row.
You sound like a personal problem.
Sir, please actually hit me. Thank you. I actually kinda need you to hit me so I can waste some of my items.
Limited inventory space.
Yep.
Gotta love it. Hey, how long has this been here?
Jesus Christ! Actually do damage to me, please! Son of a bitch! Dateless.
Hmm?
I hit this man about 12 times. I hit him every single time. This guy hit me, tried to attack me like 12 times. He hit me twice.
Amazing.
I'm so angry. These big bombs are so useless. I don't need them anymore. You know it's bad when putting in 2 medkits into a combination to make an antidote is a worthwhile use of my resources.
Not gonna lie, that does sound pretty bad.
If I had a faster management routine, I could have won. Bug, bug, bug. Well, sucks to be you. Too bad you didn't.
Oh, look, he died. Oh, look, he died. Everybody's getting a sniper round to the face today. No exceptions.
Okay, so I beat him. What am I supposed to do next?
Well, that's a very inconvenient checkpoint. Are we really gonna do this game? I know you're right there.
Game, I'm a little confused as to what you want. Is this where you want me to be? No. No, no, it's not.
Never remember clearing this landing pad this easily. This was a joke.
Okay.
Cheesy cracker.
God damn it. Rangers lost.
Business as usual then. Pretty sure the Blues aren't doing too hot right now either. You have civilians that need immediate assistance, and I have ammo that needs immediate filling. Neither of us are going to get what we want.
I don't know. I'm back, by the way. Whenever stuff
Well,
like
thank
that
God I
goes-
didn't watch that game. That's annoying.
Oh, whatever.
Not Rangers
bad
lost
Rangers
in overtime because they're fucking retarded.
Well, of course they are. They're your
Otherwise known as, what day is it? Wednesday.
team. Yeah, just get the fucking gif of Raul Juilliard from Street Fighter.
I still need to
before,
watch that movie.
But just put like a Rangers hat on his head. And just goes like, but for me, it was Tuesday.
Such a good line. It was the most important day of your life. But for me, it was Tuesday.
God, he made that fucking movie. He did.
It's just
Like that. Like the movie. Don't get me wrong. The movie was ass either way, but had he not been in that movie, it would have been completely unwatchable. At least the movie is somewhat watchable just for his scenes.
But the thing about it
Oh,
is, it's that nonchalant, like, sadistic tone of his, where he's just like, eh. Like,
It's not even like a.
for curiosity's sake, how close? He plays an actual Street Fighter character, right?
He plays M. Bison, yeah.
How close is his portrayal to the actual character? Like,
okay, like the
sort of off or like way off?
Sort of off. Now, like the of course thing, that thing that also goes around the internet for that. That's more spot on. But because M. Bison in the games is more like sadistic and psychotic. But like Raul Juilliard's the It Was Tuesday thing, that's kind of out of character for M. Bison. You know, he wouldn't like nonchalantly talk about how he doesn't remember this or something like that. M. Bison would be more like he remembers doing it, but doesn't give a shit that you're pissed off at him for it.
But for me, it was Tuesday. I love that line so much.
Yeah, the nonchalantness is definitely out of character for M. Bison, but like that line was just so the line and the delivery is just so fucking good.
Like it just screamed, I literally could not give any less of a fuck. And that's what makes it good.
Yeah, whereas actual M. Bison from the Street Fighter games, is more like, yes, I did, and I'm glad I did it, type of thing. And I don't care that you're pissed off at me because I didn't. Yeah, if anything, actual M. Bison is more like, sadistic and psychotic, and Raul Juilliard kind of brought M. Bison like a little more down to earth.
Would M. Bison be more like, yeah, I did it and I'm not sorry?
Yeah, whereas like, the movie, Street Fighter the movie is more like, oh, I did, I did that? Huh. Well, yeah, I guess I did.
Oops.
No, not even an oops. It's just like, huh, yeah, I did that, I guess. Okay. Because that's the whole thing of, for me, the whole thing of the line, for me it was Tuesday. It's like, yeah, I did it. It's like, but so like, it's one of those, sorry, I don't remember that I did it to you. Like, for me, it was Tuesday. I was doing it to everybody. It's like, the fact that I did it to you is insignificant, because I was doing it to everybody.
It's like, yeah, those dates add up.
However, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I am so lost.
Time to acquire a free Wraith.
Oh yeah, I forgot you're playing Halo. I forgot that your stupid computer can run that, but not Rainbow Six Vegas 2.
I think that's optimization issues.
It doesn't make your computer any less dumb.
Oh no, I agree. I'm just saying.
Oh god, that reminds me.
Once you get a computer that's actually functional, all three of us need to play it.
Fuck you, Wraith, and your laser accuracy. Oh, attempt number 49.
Well, okay. Like, ow! Hi, Shadow. How are you? But now okay, the three of us would be able to play Rainbow Six Vegas 1, but not 2. At the very least, like if we were gonna play 2, the three of us, it would need to be like straight up terrorist hunt. But like the story mode on Vegas 2 was locked to 2 players.
Terrorist Hunt is fine.
Terrorist hunting is the best part of the game.
I'm so bad at it.
Now, honestly, okay, I liked Vegas 2's storyline so much better than 1, just because like the main bad guy, like how much like a snarky asshole they made him.
Ooh, Novak. Fuck that guy.
Oh yeah, fuck him.
I don't
But
remember the story at all.
It's like yeah, fuck him. But he was such a snarky asshole. I loved it. Like one of my favorite lines is like the end of the game when you're going after him, and it's like when you're in the helicopter, like heading there, and he has like his sniper shoot the one intelligence lady, like before you land. Then later on, he's still like speaking over your radio, because of course he's a trader, so he knows the radio frequencies. So he's speaking to you over the radio, and he goes like, hey, I got a joke for you. What do you get when you cross a pretty little intel agent with a bullet? And like your character goes, fuck you. And he goes like, oh, I'm sorry, you already heard that one. It's like yeah, he was an asshole, but he was such a snarky son of a bitch, and I loved it.
His eternal butt for getting kicked out of the place for fucking up a hostage situation was.
Well, okay. Well, see that's the thing. That's the one thing I hated about his character was his motivations. Like, his motivation for being a villain was so fucking stupid. And it wasn't that he fucked up. It was that apparently it was like the way he describes it was that throughout his career with Six, he kept fucking up one thing or another, and Bishop, the guy you're playing as, kept covering for him. Basically kept, making sure he stayed in Six. And it was basically him getting pissed off because everyone looked at him as, as Bishop's little pet. He's like, oh, the fact that you kept covering up for me, you kept cleaning up, and like, I kept living in your shadow. It's like so you're pissed. So you betrayed the entire organization because you're a fuck up and your boss kept covering for you.
You are the big mad because you were being covered for. Are you a bitch?
Yeah, it's like I loved how much of a snarky asshole he was, but yeah, his motivation for being a villain was so
dumb.
fucking stupid. It's like, oh, you're a fuck up, and your boss, who was your cool, fucking boss, kept covering for you and making sure you didn't get kicked out of the entire fucking military, and that's why you're
sure fucking job and weren't dishonorably discharged.
Yeah, and your reaction to that was to betray the entire organization to a bunch of terrorists because you were pissed. I think one line he had was literally like when he's in that face-off with Bishop, where like one of his lines was literally like you never let me stand on my own 2 feet.
Everything I have witnessed has been cringe.
Yeah, it's like so you're mad because I never allowed you to get dishonorably discharged, kicked out of the entire military,
lose your benefits.
Yeah, it's like you're mad that I never walked away and let you take the rap for your own fucking mistakes.
Because that makes sense.
I mean, to be fair, Vegas 2 didn't come out like I think it came out like a year or 2 after Vegas 1, so I want to say the storyline was a bit rushed. Because that's the thing, and like Gabe was the traitor. Because they left that as a cliffhanger in the first Vegas game. Like when you get to like toward the end of the game, you see Gabe. You see his face at one point, and you're like what? Gabe is the traitor. What the hell? And they kind of left a cliffhanger. Like, why was he the traitor? What happened? And then all of that's explained in Vegas 2. So like they left that as a cliffhanger. Then a couple years later, Vegas 2 came around. So I guess in that year or two, they were trying to figure out, okay, what would Gabe's motivation to be a traitor? Like, what would that be? And they just like wrote themselves into a fucking corner.
Rip. It happens.
Yeah, and also the fact this is Ubisoft we're talking about, so Ubisoft's known for great stories, but their characters can be hit or miss.
I mean, sometimes they're not even that good at stories.
Agreed.
Well, here's the thing. I'm talking about old school Ubisoft. Because like the time around Rainbow Six Vegas 1, Vegas 2, this is also like the days of like Splinter Cell and shit like that, like the old school Splinter Cells. Like they were good. They used to be good with their storylines. Nowadays, like present day Ubisoft, yes, their storylines are ass garbage. But back in like the freaking
Would you like
PS2,
microtransactions?
Xbox...
No. Too bad.
Microtransactions in your microtransactions.
No. You see,
would you like to use Uplay? Also no. Too bad.
No, you see that's the thing. That's the thing with Ubisoft. They don't even say it like oh, too bad, you're gonna use it anyway. They act like that's exactly what you want. Like, hey, do you want to use Uplay? No, I don't. Oh, you do? Great, cause here you go. It's like they act like that's totally what you want. But yeah, but like back in like the PS2, Xbox days and stuff like that, like Ubisoft knew what they were doing. Like nowadays, fuck no.
But you don't know shit no more.
That is the
again,
weirdest fucking. Okay, sometimes the dialogue in this game is really fucking weird.
To be fair, it is a JRPG.
Very true. But then again, especially old school JRPGs can have like some of the best fucking dialogue, especially when that dialogue is the result of like poor translations.
Looking at you, Final Fantasy 6.
Exactly, Final Fantasy 6. Because I played that under the title of Final Fantasy 3 on the Super Nintendo. Because at the time we didn't get, the actual 3, 4, or 5. Yeah, I say Final Fantasy 6 under the guise of Final Fantasy 3 on the Super Nintendo. My God, the translations for that game.
Beautiful.
Like I remember fucking.
My favorite fake tweet is, "Hey EA, you were voted
in...
worst company in America. Why do you think that is?" And they responded, "Because Ubisoft is in France." God damn it. That's perfect.
Okay. Well, let's be fair to for like all the different companies, the people they have running the social media accounts are just, if anything, those are the best people. The people who run the social media accounts.
Like whoever runs Wendy's.
Yeah, Wendy's is beautiful. But yeah, Kefka yelling at the king, like, "Get back here, you son of a submariner!" Yeah, it's like sometimes like the old school like Lost in Translation stuff is just so beautiful.
No! These Man, these enemies are actually kind of dangerous.
I'm kind of dangerous from the stolen wraith.
There we go.
You know, one of my favorite. There's a picture I saw that went around Twitter for a while. It was.
By the way, can you hear me okay over the game, guys? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Like usual, I actually have the tab muted because I don't want to hear myself twice. But hold on, let me take a listen. I'll let you know.
Well, G0 is also in the chat, so it's fine. I can bother him to do it.
Yeah, audio's fine. I can definitely hear you over the game.
Okay.
Yeah, like one of my favorites. It ran around Twitter for a little while. Somebody was uninstalling Origin. You know, which let's face it is the smartest thing you can do. Yeah, so they're uninstalling Origin, and that little thing pops up like, oh, why, you're uninstalling Origin, yada yada, and it was like, would you recommend Origin to other gamers? And it was like a 0 through 10. Person hit 0. Then the thing below that is like, why did you give the score that you did? And the person types, in order to get the DLC titled My Opinion, please transfer $4.99 to my account.
Okay. That's good.
Pretty good.
Now, I'm not sure. Did I get a response from them yet? I have gotten no response so far. Of course not.
Of course.
Which is unfortunate. I have yet to receive a reply from Limited Run on the status of my refunds that I requested.
You probably never will.
I probably won't.
Yeah,
I'll probably
you will
receive
not.
the
You
games
will.
that I originally bought, but I don't want them. I want my money back. Cause fuck those guys.
Our employees aren't allowed to have opinions.
You know, it's really funny because the owner of Limited Run Games can have his stupid retarded opinions on fucking Twitter, but it's like fucking politics be damned when somebody of the opposite political opinions not only says one tweet that somebody disagreed with, but also say that they were excited for a fucking Harry Potter game and followed the wrong people.
and I mean, like, okay, now for a normal company, they'll often say like, hey, watch what you say online because you're like a representative of the company and yada. But normal companies, they will not be political at all. Like, hey, we don't want to muddy the waters. We're not going to be political and just watch what you say because you're a representative of us. That's what a normal company does. But but then you have shit like this, like oh well, yeah, you're a representative of the company, so your beliefs better be my beliefs.
It's ridiculous.
Just a bit.
Oh, I think we skedaddled way past ridiculous. We are into
We've gone
territory.
That's all I have to say is we've gone plaid.
Yep.
Yeah, but I'm never buying
gone
another
plaid.
game from them. Like, fuck that.
I mean, it's one of those like, yeah, I am a firm believer of, vote with your wallet. If you don't like what a company's doing, then just don't give them your money. That's why I don't give any more money to Activision Blizzard because of the whole Blitzchung situation. It's like, that's just not something.
Taiwan number one. China
Taiwan
number 4.
Taiwan number 1. China asshole.
Don't
Yeah,
touch
because
China. China is asshole. I hope that guy is okay. He's probably not.
He's probably not, which is very unfortunate.
But yeah, so yeah, it's like, and even then, like, I've also started to become very, weary of, of like companies, because like the whole thing is, is because the reason that situation was there was because one of Activision Blizzard's, one of their biggest stockholders is Tencent. That's why that whole situation happened to begin with. So then on that front, I also become very wary of companies that have Tencent as a shareholder.
Apparently Discord does.
Yep, Discord does. And here's the thing, like, I used to be like a huge player of, because basically once EA, bastardized the SimCity franchise, I switched over to playing City Skylines. Great game. Great game. Had a lot of fun with that. Problem there. The publisher of City Skylines, Paradox Interactive. Want to take a guess who one of their biggest shareholders is? Tencent.
Hooray!
So it's one of those. Now I haven't completely written Paradox off yet because at least to my knowledge they haven't done anything super shitty. But at the same time, like, okay, Tencent is one of your biggest shareholders, so I'm at least keeping my eye on you. You're on my radar, and if you fuck up, then I'll write you off like I did Activision Blizzard.
It's a lot of companies don't seem to realize how easy it is to actually write them off.
Like what I'm doing right now, playing on a console that's out of date by several years.
Isn't that just because you're poor?
No, it's because fuck you, I'm not giving you any more of my money.
There you go.
Also because you're poor.
Well, I was gonna say let's face it.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. It's like
it could be a bit of both.
I mean, I'm poor. That's why I don't have a PS5. Like, you kidding me?
I mean,
like,
I have a PS5, but at the same time, I was actually lucky to get one at retail and not pay the fucking scalper's price.
Ah yes, scalper prices.
I had no interest in it, and I kind of don't have an interest in it right now because it's like there's only a couple of games on it that I actually want.
I mean,
which
my
is
big
the Demon Souls remake, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, the reason I got it was, like I said, I was able to get it at retail and not pay scalper prices, and I did want the Demon Souls remake and Ghost of Tsushima, and then the fact that it was backwards compatible with PS4 games, so it's like, eh. But funny thing, because we were talking about Daelus's shitty PC. My buddy Ken, for the longest time, he had like a total piece of shit PC, like worse than Daelus's. I'll tell you that, worse than Daelus's.
I'm not sure how that's possible, but okay.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, it is possible. But yeah, and we were constantly making fun of him for having the potato PC. at one point, he decided to take this piece of shit PC and put a fucking RTX 2080 in it.
Why?
Yeah. And afterwards, he's like, we're like, yeah, but it's still a potato. He's like, yeah, but now it's a potato with cheddar on it.
God damn it.
One computer fire later.
I mean, he's now at the point he's upgraded everything else, and now he has a competent PC. But at the time, it was such a piece of shit, and then it just became a piece of shit that he put a really good graphics card into.
It's like, I'm at the point where if I'm gonna upgrade, I'm just gonna buy a whole new fucking PC, because everything in this thing kind of needs to be upgraded. I also don't like the case. Like, it's a nice case, but it's a gigantic pain in my ass. Because the issue with it is, it has...
Hey Marlon, how's it going?
Hey Marlon. You know how many PC cases, they have the hard drive slots inside with everything else? This one doesn't. It has them behind a back panel that I have to take off. And it looks nice for cable management, but it's a fucking pain in the ass.
I mean, to be fair, there's a lot of newer cases that even do that. That's actually a feature that a lot of PC people want.
What?
Having like the hard drives along the back plate, so basically like the inside of the case looks a lot cleaner.
Oh, I don't give a shit about that.
Yeah, well, I was saying, because you're saying like, my case does this. I'm like, yeah, a lot of newer cases do that too, because that's actually a feature a lot of the PC Master Race people want.
Why do they have to ruin everything?
I know, trust me, I'm with you on that, because I'm more about functionality. Where like so many like the PC
I'm more about being
like
able to access the shit that I need.
Yeah, where they're all about the aesthetics, so how cool the PC looks. It's like,
what about cable management, bro? I'm just like, dude, I don't care. I want things to be functional and easy to put in.
I mean, to be fair, I am kind of, big when it comes to good cable management, because like, the better your cables are managed, the more breathing room your components have, If you have cables all over, the inside, like the main part of the case, then you're going to have really shitty airflow and you're going to get really horrible temperatures. Your PC's going to run like absolute dog shit.
Well, I don't have a shitload of cables, so...
I'm just saying, cable management can be an important thing, but like to that point, like, oh, we're not giving you drive bays inside the computer. We're having them, along the back plate, so you have to take like the back panel off and shit like that in order to access your drives. It's like, yeah, that can kind of, give you some better airflow, but the actual increase in airflow you're getting can be negligible. Like, very, very negligible. It's like you're mainly doing that shit for aesthetics.
Yep.
How is it that this one fucking brute keeps dodging every single plasma mortar that I throw at?
But I am really interested to see if I can, if I buy a new PC, which I would use this PC as the streaming PC. I'm actually interested to see if I could get a Linux operating system functional, to where I could actually, stream using it.
Instead of dealing with Adcrosoft.
I don't want to deal with Microsoft anymore.
Okay, so you're saying you would want the streaming PC to be a Linux PC, and you'd want it to be like easily manageable.
Yes.
Linux Mint would be my suggestion. Linux Mint is a very good Linux distro, but a lot of like the Linux community has said it's also a very good distro to go with if you're switching from Windows to Linux, because a lot of its user interface resembles Windows in a lot of ways. It also has a lot of good compatibility with OBS. It's like
Yeah,
if you want
my biggest issue is, can I play games on it, and can I stream from it?
now gaming on Mint. Now if you're just using Steam, then you're pretty much good to go, because because not only does Mint have a lot of good compatibility with Linux versions of Steam games, but then Linux Mint mixed with Steam's own Proton. If you're just gaming on using Steam, you're fucking good to go. If you're looking to use other launchers and stuff like that, it can be very hit and miss. But like you were saying before, if you were just gonna use the PC for streaming and be actually playing something on something else, Mint would definitely be the way to go.
Okay.
Because
what I want to do is, use one one PC to stream from, and then use one to play the games on.
Yeah, then like I said, Mint would definitely be your best way to go, and it's also a very light distro. For optimal performance using Mint, they ask for 4 gigs of RAM, 100 gigs for this is max. You can definitely choose less, but at max 100 gigs of hard drive space, and a quad-core 2.3 gigahertz processor. Like I said, it's for optimal performance. There are different flavors of Mint that can actually work on less. So you do not need a powerful PC to run Mint optimally.
Do I have to pay for any of this, or is this free?
Oh, Linux is always free.
Okay. How do they make money?
What's that?
How do they make money then?
Because the different distributions of Linux are essentially all privately made. So it's basically just the community creating distros and then releasing them.
Oh.
Yeah, because Linux was here's the thing. Linux was originally developed by the IBM Corporation, and of course IBM still holds the copyright to it. The problem is they don't care. No, and that's a good thing. So whereas IBM still owns Linux, 99% of the distributions you see out there are all created and released by the community.
That sounds so much like IBM.
What, to not give a fuck?
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong.
Just pants on head retard. The fact that IBM still exists as a company, I don't understand what they do now.
They make a lot of peripherals, and they make a lot of
They point of sale still?
Yeah, they point of sale.
Okay.
I mean, I kind of look at IBM as a less profitable Disney. And the reason I say that is, whereas their peripherals and their point of sale stuff, that's their moneymaker. So other areas they work in, they can afford to kind of not give a shit about it, because okay, our main money is over here, so this stuff over here can kind of just run itself, kind of just do whatever.
Man, I remember their laptops. They sucked.
Yeah, they did. But yeah, so pretty much 99% of the Linux distros you'll see out there, I think, are all 100% free. The decision of like which distro to go with pretty much just depends on what you want. Like now for people who are all about like security and privacy and data handling and stuff like that, a lot of them will usually go with like Arch Linux and stuff like that.
Is Arch Linux good for gaming or no?
No.
Bad.
It has really been. It has okay game compatibility, but there are a lot. It's one of those like if gaming is your focus, there are a lot better distributions to go with. Arch Linux is basically for like advanced Linux users. Like if you literally want to control every single aspect of your PC, what data works, what doesn't, what gets shared, what doesn't, privacy settings. Like if you wanted the absolute 100% complete control of your PC, as Arch Linux is where you would go. That's for like the advanced Linux users. If you're looking for like functionality and compatibility with like gaming and stuff like that, there are a ton of better distributions to go with. But yeah, like what distribution of Linux people go with depends on what they want out of the PC. So for like gaming and streaming, I would personally recommend Mint. Another one people say is good for gaming and streaming is one called Pop OS. But the only reason I recommend Mint personally is because I actually ran a dual boot system as a daily driver for quite a few years, and Mint was the distro I went with, and it worked really good. Pretty much the only thing that stopped me from continuing that dual boot system as a daily driver was the fact that it just got cumbersome switching back and forth like as time went by.
Okay, because again, I'm more and more interested in getting away from these fucking big tech predatory companies that are like, hey, we're gonna take your data and we're gonna sell it and we're gonna charge you for it.
And we're gonna use up resources and not even tell you.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah, and like I said, and honestly, and I was talking with a buddy of mine recently about this. It's like Microsoft definitely needs to get its head out of its own asshole. We of course know that it will not.
It's Microsoft. It's run. It's like its founder is fucking Bill Gates.
Well,
when you are founded by a sentient ferret who's wearing a human skin suit, you are not going to get your head out of your own ass in time.
Wait, that's the thing. Microsoft isn't even run by Bill Gates anymore.
That's why I said founded.
Yeah, he left the company years ago. He just sits there collecting a fucking paycheck.
He left, collects a paycheck, and cheats on his wife.
Yeah.
Like a piece of shit.
But
as you can tell, I don't like these people.
No, nobody does. I mean, I think the only like big tech person that people actually liked was Steve Jobs, and he's fucking dead now.
I mean, that guy was probably a fucking weird asshole too.
He was.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, and he also founded one of the most predatory of the big companies.
But I think that's the reason.
Unfortunately, I have an iPhone, but it was more along the lines of I wasn't gonna. It's like I had two options. I could pay for a new Android phone or get a free upgrade. And as I said, I'm poor.
Oh yeah.
So
No,
I made my choice.
Oh no, I definitely get you there. No, because that was the thing. I think like the reason people like Steve Jobs was like because back when Steve Jobs was running Apple, you know, he actually had standards. You know, it's like yeah, you know, back when Steve Jobs was running, it's like yeah, you bought yourself an Apple, you paid out the fucking nose for it, but that price tag came with quality. And there were so many people that came out and said, like, oh yeah, but he knew nothing about tech. He knew nothing about like how the shit actually worked. I'm like, yeah, but he was a fucking businessman. He was a good businessman. He had standards.
A fucking cutthroat businessman.
Yeah, it's like he had standards, and he had standards of quality. That there were many people who worked in Apple who who came out and said like yeah, he would walk up and say the next Macintosh to come out, I wanted to do this. And if somebody said, well, we can't do that, he'd be like, okay, you're fired. Get me somebody who can do that.
He'd look at the manager. Make sure to hire somebody who's more amenable to my demands next time.
But that's the thing. And it's not like, like what he wanted would never happen. Like it's like the next Macintosh would come out and what he wanted would fucking happen. So like he had standards and be damned if those standards were not met. It's like yeah, you paid out the nose for for a Macintosh, but you got quality behind that price tag.
Hey Marlon, what am I supposed to combine Scrap 9 with again? Continue. Sorry.
Oh yeah, no, the game's more important. But yeah, but that's the thing. Like when Steve Jobs died, the people who are running it now, they keep that price tag, but now the quality has just gone to absolute shit.
Yep.
Of course.
Do you know what part of PC building I fucking hate? Securing the processor to the fucking motherboard. I fucking freak out every time I do it.
Why is that bad?
Because
I was gonna say that entirely depends on.
You know that hinge.
Oh.
That it looks thin, but it's surprisingly durable. It freaks me out.
Are you running an Intel or an AMD?
Intel.
Ah, okay, I get you. Yeah, I never liked that little enclosure, but then again, AMD's no better. It has that little pry bar there but it's on the side, so it's like I don't understand what's keeping the processor here. Apparently something, because the processor's not flying all over the place, but it's like this shouldn't work, but it does. At the very least, like it's one of those this shouldn't work without
magic.
Yeah, it's one of this shouldn't work without damaging the processor, and yet it does.
So would you recommend an AMD or an Intel processor?
Once again, that depends on what you want to do with it.
I want things to function and easily.
Well, okay, because the reason I say that is because both AMD and Intel, they're really good at certain things, whereas Intel CPUs have better core clocks and have better hyper-threading, basically that makes sure the cores can work well with each other. AMD specializes in having more cores per block, as well as having better bus speeds. So it basically comes down to basically what you want your computer to do. And just say I want it to function easily. That's not exactly the answer. Okay, knowing you, for gaming and streaming, Intel is definitely better because I said there, because with Intel you have better core clocks and you have better hyper threading, meaning the different cores can work, are better at working well with each other. Whereas on an AMD system, since you get more clocks and higher bus speeds, AMD is better at running more programs simultaneously. But if you're just looking at having a few programs work very well, Intel is definitely better for the higher clock speeds and the better hyperthreading.
Okay. So essentially, stick with what I got.
Pretty much. Now
Sounds good to me. I don't have to buy shit.
Yeah. Now here's the now like I have an AMD system myself, but that's just because at the time, and it's sad I say at the time because now AMD is, starting to go the fuck around and find out route. But at the time when I was building my system, AMD was a lot cheaper. I got my Ryzen 7 2700X for around like $170, where comparable Intel CPU would cost me around $300 or $350. So like AMD was definitely the cheaper option at the time and would do what I wanted it to do.
Yeah, it's like this stuff is interesting to me because one of my first gaming laptop had like an AMD thing in it, and I hated it, so I moved to Intel on my first gaming PC because I wanted things to guarantee to work, and luckily that has been the case. The only person that I've heard, sing AMD's praises essentially up and down was Shades. And that was it. And I'm like, okay, so I have one frame of reference for this and like 27 for this. So I'm not even sure which one's right.
Yeah. Well, and that's why I've always said, like, if you have a computer question, talk to me about it, because like I said, I'm a tech nerd. I have spent a good majority of my life since the age of 7 pretty much being learning and researching tech. I'm a fucking tech nerd. That's why I'm always like, hey, if you got a tech question, come talk to me. But it's like, as for your laptop, well, there was your first problem there because AMD.
I was also a teenager.
Well, I'm not saying you made a mistake. I'm just saying, like, that's why your laptop was a hunk of garbage, because especially back in the day, AMD was not good when it came to integrated CPUs. It was just, now granted, desktop CPUs at the time, around that time.
Well, no, it had an Intel CPU in it. It had a graphics card in it.
Oh, it was an AMD an integrated. Well, the point still stands. Like back in the day, AMD was just really, really bad when it came to integrated technology. Intel was definitely a lot better in that aspect. Now these days, AMD has gotten better. That's why a lot of consoles you see now are actually using AMD chipsets. Because AMD has gotten better with their integrated setups as time's gone by. But yeah, back in the day, AMD was not good when it came to integrated chipsets.
I should probably save. I haven't saved in a while.
Saving is a very good thing.
I will be right back, guys. Off to the showers with me.
Alright.
Whoa! Okay, weird. So at least I know what happens now. Shit.
Okay, it's funny you named the robot bitch.
No, I named one of its moves bitch.
Oh, because it looked like you hit run, so like so also I was like run bitch.
No, run is like it's like running a program.
Run bitch. Oh. But yeah, but it's almost like, but the downside with like, with like me being the tech nerd that I am, is like it's like, whenever I look at like the newer stuff coming out, it's like I want all like the newer stuff coming out. Like I would love to build a new system with like, with like, like a Intel like 1200K or something like that, Gen 7 or like Gen 9, and get like a 4090 and shit. Like I'd love to build a system like that, but at the same time, it's like I have to like kick in that one part of my brain. It's like, no, like the system you have right now is still running everything you throw at it, just fine on max settings and all that. Like you don't need a newer system right now.
Nope. It's funny. It's like I'm gonna run this fucking thing into the ground until I have to start replacing things.
Yeah, that's usually what I end up doing myself, but it still doesn't stop my brain from like, ooh, new shiny stuff.
But Hero, can it run Forspoken? Shut up, Dateless.
What's Forspoken?
Oh, Forspoken is apparently this really stupid game, with really bad dialogue from Square Enix. Like, like, the dialogue apparently is horrendous. I haven't heard it yet because I don't engage in cringe.
I think I need to look this game up because I love laughing at cringe.
Requires ungodly powerful hardware for not even guaranteed 60 FPS if memory serves. Ooh. So it's poorly optimized.
Appears to be. I mean, it very well could be a memory leak issue. That does seem to be a common problem when it comes to poor optimization in games. Is usually having a memory.
I was having memory leaks like it was no tomorrow when I first bought Darktide. It was bad.
Did they eventually patch it, or?
I believe so.
Well, I was gonna say because if it's not having a memory leak now, then they obviously patched it. Memory leaks were the reason that Mighty Number 9 was the shitstorm that it fucking was.
You know what? I'm just gonna start using these fucking big bombs because I never fucking use them. And they're in the way. They're wasting inventory space. I used to rely upon them to beat the fucking bosses, but now I don't need them, so I'm kind of just
Yes, deal with that. I can't believe
cry
that
like an anime fan on prom night.
I can't believe they used that as an as like a commercial standpoint for Mighty Number 9.
Oh, it was fucking cringe. But you have to admit, it was kind of funny.
Oh, it was funny, but yeah, it was so much fucking
It was funny in a cringe way. Like, I love people who actually got genuinely offended by it. I'm just like, oh, please. Like, calm the fuck down. You know you weren't asked to prom, so shut up. Thank God I wasn't. Because I didn't want to go. So I didn't.
Here. Like, I didn't want to go anyway, so like, who the fuck cares? I hated everybody I went to school with anyway.
Same.
Yeah, Mighty Number 9 had such a fucking horrible memory leak issue. Like,
I have never
like,
played that game. Is it actually like? Let's say it functions perfectly. Is it a bad game?
it's a very okay game. Now, here's okay. Even if the memory leak issue didn't exist, the problem with Mighty Number 9 was the fact that it raised so many millions of dollars and had so many years behind its production for, like we're saying, let's say the game functioned the way it was supposed to. It was a very meh game. It would have been considered okay at best.
Kickstarter games are always a fucking gamble.
Yeah, it turned out to be like if it functioned properly, it turned out like it would have been the kind of game you would have seen from like a small indie team.
And you would have forgiven them for it.
Yeah, not a company, with millions and millions of dollars behind it, being led by a veteran of the fucking industry.
Who clearly didn't know what he was fucking doing anymore.
Yeah, he did at one point. The Mega Man games were fucking awesome. But then, once he went out on his own, then also he just fucking got dementia somewhere along the line.
Wasn't Bloodstained Ritual of the Night made by Symphony of the Night's creator?
I'm not sure, but Bloodstained was actually really fucking good. I really enjoyed that game.
I have yet to play it.
It's really fucking good. But yeah, the shitstorm that was Mighty Number 9 was just so fucking bad. I don't know if you know how memory leaks function.
Nope.
But yeah, okay. Essentially, what a memory leak is when a game brings in certain assets, whether it be the code for the level, coding for the graphics, whatever. Whenever it calls, certain assets from the hard drive, it stores them in the RAM. Then like say you pass through, whatever level you're in, if the program no longer needs those assets, it basically releases those assets from the RAM and sends them back over to the hard drive. Now, what a memory leak does is when a game doesn't know how to properly release those assets from the RAM. So it keeps those assets there and then just calls new shit over that it needs. And eventually, what causes the game to, slow down, what causes pretty much the entire computer to end up blue screening and having to be restarted is when your RAM essentially just filled up with all that data that the game is not being told to release. So all of a sudden you could be 10 levels later in the game and your RAM is still holding on to data from level 1. Because the computer was not told to get rid of that data because the game did not tell it properly to get rid of that data.
Well, that was fucking useless. Okay, so let's try this. That seemed to work. Oh! Okay. So, we're gonna repair.
But yes, that's essentially what a memory leak is, and yeah, there are some games, depending on like the style of game it is and like the programming. Yeah, this guy is fucking you up.
Well, it's because my my other two robots are weak as shit.
But yeah, it's like depending on like the style of game and whatnot, there are some games that can have memory leaks and still somewhat function. But yeah, the way Mighty Number 9 was programmed is like, yeah, like there were people saying like, yeah, I would play the game for like maybe 45 minutes to an hour and a half, and literally I'm watching my computer melt in front of my eyes.
Ooh. Something
Like,
tells me like if I want to play that game, I need to buy a console version of it.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I know the PC version is still completely fucked. Like there are people who've said like with certain mods they've been able to get it to function, but then there's other people who say like even with all the suggested mods, it still has a massive memory leak problem.
That's why
Yeah.
that's partly the reason why you like buying physical copies of games is important, because you can preserve games like that in a different capacity that doesn't absolutely get railroaded by like bad optimization. Holy shit, I just got critted.
Yeah, that and fucking, if you buy a game and it turns out to be a non-functioning piece of shit, you can go back to the store and say, hey, this is a non-functioning piece of shit, I want my money back. Whereas you buy the game on a digital storefront, and a lot of times they're like, yep, sorry. Fuck you. Yeah. I mean, there are exceptions to the rule, like kind of what happened with Cyberpunk. Because I remember like when Cyberpunk came out, it was running fine on like PS4 Pros, but there were actually stories of like people with like Gen 1 PS4s, which, to be fair, even if you're running a Gen 1 PS4, if a game comes out and it says plays on PS4, the game should fucking function on a Gen 1 PS4, because a Gen 1 PS4 is still a PS4.
And it's what most people have.
Yeah. Yeah, like with Cyberpunk, it was like running fine. It was running okay on like PS4 Pros, but on like Gen 1 PS4s, it was running like shit. There were also like a shit ton of stories of like people trying to run Cyberpunk on Gen 1 PS4s and having it like literally brick their PS4s. Like they had to send it into Sony to be repaired. To the point that Sony actually took Cyberpunk off of their storefront and actually had to give people a shit ton of refunds.
Yeah, win! Aha, fuck you! Wow, he chunked through. The stats on my characters are really good. Unfortunately, like the equipment they have is absolute dog shit.
Nah.
So that's why they keep getting bodied.
Lol.
But I only need one to be good. Get fucked. Alright. Let's go after Rose. And then beat her up. Equality!
Yeah. That reminds me like one of my favorite lines in an anime called Yu Yu Hakusho.
Mm-hmm.
And I was reminded of this because I actually haven't seen that series in a long time. But like somebody posted like a video on YouTube. The main character in that series is named Yusuke, and like the video was like the video was called like Yusuke is all about equality or something like that. It's like the crew, they're like fighting their way through this tower, and a demon that's like facing off against him is like this like a female. And he's just walking up, just like punching her in the face and whatnot. And one of the other guys, like, you know, it's like Yusuke, you can't hit a girl. And he turns out like, hey, man or woman, I'll kick anybody's ass.
Haha. These hands are rated E for everyone. The great robot sage, probably. Equal rights and lefts. I love that. I love that line. It's so funny. Look, if you're trying to kill me, like, look, I'm gonna beat your ass. Like, I don't care who you are.
That reminds me. Okay, there was a really old song. It's called 16 Tons. Basically about this guy who like works in the coal mine and shit like that. But like one verse of the song goes like, if you see me coming, you better step aside. A lot of men didn't. A lot of men died. Got one fist of iron, the other of steel, and if the right one don't get you, then the left one will.
Shit.
No problem, Davis.
Fuck. I hate these nights. They're exhausting.
Anyway, I'm gonna bow out of here because I gotta go make myself some dinner.
All right.
Rice should have been done cooking probably about 45 minutes ago. But...
Boo, I just got...
Huh?
I said, boo, I just got back.
I just got here.
Hey, I just got here. What's going on? I love that one from Simpsons, like when Ned finally snaps. And he looks at Lenny, he's like, hey, you, I don't know who you are, but I know you're a jerk. Like, hey, I just got here. What's going on?
What did I do?
I always like don't they like look at like Ned Flanders like he's the asshole when he eventually flips out?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Although I think like one of my favorite there's two favorite lines I have during his rant. Like first, yeah, like when he, you know, when he's when Lisa's basically trying to calm him down, you know, he goes like,
I'll be right
and
back.
it's like, oh, but it's like Lisa like says something, I forget what, and Ned's like, oh, is that the sound of butting in I hear? Well, that must be Lisa Simpson, Springfield's answer to the question no one asked. And then goes into like my second favorite line, after hearing that, Bart's like, hey, back off, man. Ned's like, oh, okay, dude. Wouldn't want you to have a cow, man. Like, hey, here's a phrase you should learn for your adult years. It's like, hey, man, got a quarter? And funny thing, I actually kind of use that first one, like when I'm dealing with somebody, who's like one of those, always has an answer for everything, even if like, no one asks their opinion on anything. It's like, oh, so you're the answer to the question no one asked.
I love that.
Well, anyway, I'm out of here. You take care. Keep Jay. I'm busy.
Have a good one, dude.
Later.
Alright, I'm back, sorry.
Welcome back. Hero has left.
Yeah, I feel bad, but my blood sugar was very high. So
High?
I had to take care of it. So that's why I was gone for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, I was wondering what was happening. I thought maybe the dogs were doing something stupid.
Surprisingly, no, they're behaving. But no, my blood sugar, because I had takeout today for like the first time in forever, because I thought, you know, I'm doing so well with my diet, might as well treat myself. You know, completely go against what I'm supposed to be doing, but I had a craving, so I'm like, you know what, let me just get something, and my body is just like, why did you do this to me?
Why'd you do this to me? Fuck you.
Yeah, because unfortunately my body has this really nasty habit of I can get my blood sugar down initially and then it'll spike back up later. Which is so much fun to deal with.
Oh, I can't imagine.
Okay, this enemy sucks. Like, this enemy is not fun to deal with. Because its knockback is dumb.
Do you have to get close to him to even damage him?
Yes. Because
He
my
constantly-
long range attacks don't do anything to him. There's probably a type of damage that he's weak to. But it's not one that I have like equipped to my main guy, so he's just exhausting. Okay, that didn't do shit. And he barely gives me any XP for killing him. Which is, again, really obnoxious. Hey kid, looks like you won. I knew you would. Blackmore is all mouth. He's gone so you can become commander. No. I'm here to beat the shit out of you and take this back. No. Game redeem has been removed. I put it on pause, and the reason for that is I need to get rid of the games on this list. Like my backlog is getting too large too fast. So I removed it for the time being. For the foreseeable future, so I can at least get a sizable chunk out of this stupid list. Because honestly, it's you know, it's like a lot of the games on this list, frankly, I didn't enjoy. So it's one of those I have to kind of put a stopgap on it for now. I know that sucks, and I apologize, but I don't really have a choice. Especially now that I'm streaming on Rumble as well. Uh-oh. Well, we died. We got hit with a laser beam.
You died.
Yeah. But again, I do apologize, but I need time to get through these. So I hope you understand. And I'm not gonna stop streaming on Rumble anytime soon because one, I've made a community over there, and two, I'm just having so much fun over there. I'm not gonna stop. But I'm liking this game, and it's why I'm prioritizing it. I just wanted my 5 minutes of being a drama llama. Perfectly okay. Look, if you've, like, for the it's like, for the people that are, that have a shitload of points and they wanted to use it to redeem something, look, just DM me the game you wanted me to play, and if it's something that I'm more than willing to do, I'll put it on a list on streaming either here or Rumble. Not against it. You know, because you earned it. So it's just one of those things I have to officially put it on ice for now. I don't care about any of these people. I just, you know what? No, I'm just gonna leave.
So I don't know what narratively just happened here. You literally died and then you just respawned.
I don't even know what happened. I got hit with a laser beam and now shit's different.
How different?
Okay, I just randomly gave this guy 5,000 of my hard-earned money for essentially nothing.
It's
And the reason that I don't care is because I have 35,000 left. I don't like, it's like, you know, it's funny. It's like, I like being an affiliate on Twitch, but, you know, because I get to make emotes and stuff. But I'm going to be honest, the whole, the exclusivity agreement thing is really a gigantic pain in the ass.
So, what's different about this town?
The whole layout is different, and the people are different.
But that was your house you woke up in?
I don't know. I'm confused.
Crying kid.
Where? My dad loves possessions more than me.
Oh, so he's a communist.
Sorry, I'm just making sure my insulin pump isn't leaking.
Indeed it does. I
It's
wonder
not.
if it'll be any good.
Comes
Part of
out
me
Friday.
thinks-
Oh yes, I'm streaming that on Rumble on Friday.
Part of me wonders if they're gonna stick microtransactions in it.
Well, I will be able to tell you on Friday.
Because if they pull a Dead Space 3 with it, oh baby.
You know what's funny? I didn't hate Dead Space 3.
From what I understood, it did well. It just didn't do well enough.
It just it didn't like then again. EA has unreasonable expectations for everything that they do.
EA, it's no longer in the game.
It's like they're fucking obnoxious because they're like, oh, you know, if we don't do extremely well, we're just gonna have to torch everybody. What do you mean torch everybody? Well, everyone's gonna have to lose their job. Well, what about BioWare and their complete and utter inability to make a good Mass Effect game and cringe? What was that fucking game that they had, that like MMO thing that was supposed to be like a Destiny like competitor that absolutely fucking failed, and yet they're still kicking?
I don't remember its name, but I know what you're talking about.
The fact that the review embargo is the day before releases bodes bad things for it. Oh, good. Anthem. That's what I was...
Oh yeah. Was the mayor's house already built before?
Yeah, I think I got sent back in time.
Mm. 10,000 goose points. And yeah, review embargo being the day before. That's an odd choice, to say the least. This one of those, once you meet the requirement, it'll just spring into life.
I don't know. I have no use for this money, so I'm just like, here you go. If I'm wasting money here, I don't actually care.
Oh no. Anyway.
But speaking, going back to our conversation before stream about, like the Dark Pictures anthology games that I was playing, they're kind of like, you know those times like when you like hang out with your friends or family and you watch like a scary movie together?
Yep.
It's those kind of situations that these games are perfect for.
Huh.
Where you can kind of like pass the controller in between chapters and you can make decisions on who you want to live, who you want to die, and try to see how well you can do. It's that kind of game.
Gotcha.
Because I did that with Until Dawn with my friend in college. We did okay. We got 2 people killed.
I watch people play that game. I find every single character in that game to be insufferable, and I hope they all die.
Except for Matt. Matt is our boy. Unfortunately, I got Matt killed. And of course, he's black, so I did a horror trope. I got the black guy killed first, and I felt so bad because he was the only character I liked.
Wah, wah.
No, because unfortunately, he's actually very hard to keep alive. Because if you fuck up and don't give him a particular item, he's gonna die.
That seems rather arbitrary.
It is rather arbitrary. Because you get ambushed by the Wendigo, and the problem is that if you don't have the flare gun, well, guess what? It kills you. But if you do have the flare gun, you can shoot it.
Wasn't Until Dawn one of like the very first games that they started using scanned faces from the voice actors?
Yes and no. It's not the first game of its type. But it is a very fun game. I enjoy it. There are some stupid things in it. Like, my friend got the, you know, the person who's on, like, the main posters? I can't remember her name. He got her killed because he fucked up one of the, QTEs at the tail end of the game. And I was roaring when he fucked it up. Because, granted, it was a very there's a bullshit type of QTE in that game. Where you literally have to keep the controller completely still. And if you can't do it, you die. It's not an easy QTE to pass. You literally have to rest. Do you know how I do it? I literally bring my knees up, and I rest it on my knees. And I just hold. Because, you know, like, you're, you know, when you're holding a controller, you're tensing muscles. So, eventually your muscles is gonna twitch. You know, you're gonna twitch a muscle at some point. So you kind of have to, like, hold it steady. There is one particular decision in that game that is the biggest bag of bullshit you will ever see. It's really bad.
What is that grammar?
You aren't from the theft ring, are you? No, a thief wouldn't look so goofy.
Aren't.
It's a Super Nintendo JRPG.
Oi.
You are not. But no, it's a contraption. You and your love interest, well, this particular character's love interest, are trapped on either side. And there's a gun in between you. You can grab the gun, and you have a choice. You have 3 choices. You can put the gun to your head and pull the trigger to stop the device from killing the both of you. Or you can point the gun at your love interest and pull the trigger to stop it, or you can do nothing and let it do its work.
What's its work?
They're descending saw blades, so you're gonna get caught out.
Oh, lovely.
Granted, it's a fake, but they don't know that. So you pull the gun, you pull the trigger. The gun goes off, by the way. It's not like it's empty. It's filled with blanks. What's gonna happen to your brains if you put a gun filled with blanks to your head and pull the trigger?
You're still getting scrambled.
Yeah. Apparently, the person who wrote the game didn't know that. But that's one of the 2 correct decisions. One of the 2 correct decisions is to put the gun to your head and pull the trigger, or not do anything. Do you know what happens if you pick the 3rd option? By the way, she tells you to pick the 3rd option. The person on the other end of the table, her name is Ashley, she tells you to shoot her.
She gets pissy.
She pulls the biggest white girl, like, hissy fit I have ever seen. Do you know what she does to you?
Throws you in a mine.
No, she sees that you're running away from the Wendigo outside. She's inside. Do you know what she does?
Locks
She
doors?
locks the door
Of course.
and lets you get eaten. All because you did what she told you to do. There's a great sage joke in there somewhere.
Thus spoke the great sage.
Wait a second. The make JM play a game redeem is gone. Yes, I explained. I have temporarily removed it for the time being because I need to get through these games. I have too many very long form games and I need to get through them. And I can't keep adding games to my list if I want to get this list done. I'm not going to not do it anymore, but I need to slow it down.
If the list grows any more powerful than it already is, it will gain sentience and we will all die.
Brandon Lee got shot with blanks during the filming of The Crow. He's still dead. Yep. Damn shame.
Yep.
But yeah, that's the dumbest fucking thing in that game.
Spurgs out and pulls a white woman.
I hate it. I hate it so much because it's just like, you literally told me to do this. Well, I didn't want you to do it, but you told me to. And now you're gonna let me get decapitated because you're a fucking spiteful bitch. Who doesn't think she did anything wrong, by the way.
Oh.
And fucking lies to everybody about it. She's just like, I didn't make it in time. It's like you were literally standing there watching me, and then you went, click.
So the only person who's in it, who's actually innocent and worth everything is who?
Is Matt. Matt's just a dude. Like that's I still remember one of my sweet mates like heard that we killed him, and he was just like, I don't want to talk to any of you anymore. It's like, Matt was my boy. How dare you? And I'm like, dude, I felt bad because at first I was just like, this dude's kind of generic. You know, it's like it's kind of generic. Like he's you know, like everyone else is just kind of bitchy, where he's just kind of there. But he was just like, he was just chill, and I'm like, you know what? I like this guy. And then he died because fuck me, I guess. Oh yeah, like his biggest downgrade is the fact that he's dating the fucking bitch of the game.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Like the woman who, like, she was literally suggesting that we kill people because they might be infected.
What a bitch.
You know what's really funny? You can actually have somebody plug her with a fucking gun. Actually, kind of funny. Because she got nicked by the Wendigo, and they didn't, you know, and justifiably, it was just actually one of the parts of the story that I actually really appreciated. They didn't know. They're like, hey, we don't know how you become a Wendigo, so this might be like a zombie thing, so we might actually have to kill you to save our own skin. And I'm sitting there going, okay. You know, that's interesting.
And the fact that it gives you a choice, that's neat. She's a bitch throughout.
Every character gets characterization beyond their first impression, except for the Asian one. She's a bitch throughout. She softens a little bit, but she kind of maintains, like, the cunt persona throughout. But I'm genuinely serious when I say you would really like House of Ashes. Are you good at QTEs?
Yes and no. Depends on what kind of QTE it is.
I will say though, when it comes to the difficulty of the games, like House of Ashes is by far the hardest.
And yet you tell me to play that one.
It's the best one! Look, not only does the game have the most interesting story, not only does the game have...
You had me sold when you said Ashley Tisdale Demon Hunter.
Oh yes, Ashley Tisdale Demon Hunter. Which is that too. It has the best characters. It has fucking Salim. Salim is the best of boys. He is great. He's an Iraqi soldier. He gets dragged into this, and he's just like, can you fucking retards stop trying to kill me and each other for 5 minutes so we can have these crazy demon things not eat us? And I'm like, thank you, Salim. Thank you for being not dumb.
Ah, we found the intelligent person in the group.
Literally, my entire chat is, I don't care what happens. Salim needs to live. Literally at one point, you have a choice between leaving him to essentially fend for himself or go back and get him, and we're just like, we're fucking going back and getting him. Fuck it, I don't care if both of us die. Fuck it, we're going.
Gotta save Salim.
Yeah, Salim is the only one that matters.
Since that's a theme in these games.
Yeah, the only downside to House of Ashes is that, well, one of the major downsides is that it's not particularly clear which characters are the 5 essential ones that you control and which ones are expendable. Because that's the one thing that's a constant throughout. There you only control 5 characters. And there's kind of an unwritten rule with these characters. If they are not a character you control, they are going to die. That's just the rule. They will die at some point.
Well, fun.
Unfortunately, I didn't know that, so I made a decision that got somebody screwed over. Because if I had known that ahead of time, I wouldn't have made the decision I made. Sometimes it pays to be a douchebag. Unfortunately, I wasn't a douchebag, and it got somebody killed. So when Miss Tisdale's name came up on the problem list, I went delete, and I moved on with my life. I'm like, look, I could risk having one hell of a fuck up right now, or I could put a bullet in her head now and not have to deal with it later.
And
Option
so
B.
Option B.
And I didn't do it. What's unfortunate is that I could have I could have easily have saved her if I had just picked a different option. I didn't. But to be fair, I didn't know at the time. They need to make their characters more likable, like Salim. I get making conflict, but you don't need every character to suck. That turns me off with the story so hard. Yeah, well, it was in particular. I think they made it particularly insufferable when it came to The Devil in Me because it was a slasher movie. And let's be honest, do you actually like any of the characters in slasher movies?
No.
No, you don't. Don't worry, JM, we understand. Salim was the only one that matters. Can't have him in danger so that a Fed lives.
Cheese and crackers.
I love how, like, it wasn't one of those, you know, like, sometimes people disagree on characters who should live. Nope. Literally everyone agreed. They're just like, fuck everybody but Salim. And you know what's really funny? The mocap actor for Salim was a state trooper in The Devil in Me. He made a cameo. I'm like, holy shit, it's Salim! And then the killer showed up and buried an axe in his gut. And I went, oh, there goes Salim.
Aww.
And you know what's really funny? Like, he cut off his hand with, you know, that had the gun in it. And what was really funny is I looked at it and I went, that's bait. And I just bolted. I was not trusting it. Hey, Evil, how are you?
Great bait, mate, basically.
Oh, yeah. Because one of two things happens. When it gives you, an item of that magnitude, one of two things is going to happen. You're either going to die when you try to touch it, or you're going to have such a difficult QTE that it's not even worth going after. So, fuck it. I'm going.
Because why not?
I'm a theft ring member. You cross me and you'll be sorry. Delete. But yes, if you ever play House of Ashes, Dateless, you will learn why Salim is so great. You know, I don't know what they're called, but you know, like the cage on like big like military trucks, like the metal cages on top of the bed. He takes off a rusted part of it, essentially it becomes like a rudimentary spear, and he uses it to kill demons. He is fucking hilarious. I love him so much. And he is literally just like, I want to live so I can go see my son. And I'm like, all right, good dad. All right, he's top of my list character now.
It's like, and you get to live. Congratulations.
Yeah. In The Devil in Me, the only character anyone was rooting for was the dog, and the dog lives, so all is well. Yep. That was the only thing that mattered. And what's the unfortunate part is, like, again, the game wanted you to kill him with a broken bottle. I'm like, it's like, that's a terrible way to go. And you're making me try to do it to a dog. It's like, fuck you, game. I don't care about this character. I don't even like her. If she dies, so be it. Completed a DLC and it threw up credits, and we were all like, this is not the end of the game. That's weird. Like I said, why do they need more likable characters? I don't care about a story where I want everybody to die. That was the biggest problem with The Devil in Me, is that The Devil in Me had horrible main characters.
The most modern media these days, where every single person in any given show is
but it wasn't like, you know, oh, they're like morally gray dateless. It was, they were just annoying.
Like mustache twirlingly evil?
Mustache, no, just... It's... They were essentially millennials.
Oh, no.
Well, they were millennials, technically. Well, one was not, but... They were just fucking cringe. And they were just annoying. You know, I honestly, out of the 4 games of season 1 of the Dark Pictures anthology, I would only recommend 2 to you, and that would be Little Hope and House of Ashes. They're literally the middle ones, because they have better characters than them. Bring some flowers for Poland. You get out. You're a fucking idiot, and Look, I donated to your fucking house, you piece of shit. Go fuck yourself. I'm actually really interested in the Quarry. I actually really want to play it. I will definitely be streaming The Quarry on Rumble. But I have to beat the Dead Space remake first. There was a rumor for the longest time that Supermassive was going to be responsible for a new Silent Hill. Good thing that didn't happen because they can't exactly write subtle. I mean, hell, has that really stopped Konami from making stupid decisions? I mean, hell, they wanted Kojima to write a Silent Hill game. Anybody who believes that Kojima was going to make a good Silent Hill game is dumb. I'm sorry. Because he can't write. And unfortunately, you kind of need a good writer in order to actually make a good Silent Hill game. It's not just... You know, you can't just staple famous people onto a script and go, it's fine. Like, and just... It's like, oh, it's Kojima, Guillermo del Toro. How can it be bad? And I'm like, plenty of ways. Wanted to write a Silent Hill game himself. He made a PT thing without Konami's permission. And people are just like, oh my god, the PT thing was so good. That means the game would have been good. It's like, no. That's not how things work. Now Kojima makes bad games for a living. I'm sorry, Death Stranding is not a good game. Anybody who says that it's good is an idiot. Like, I'm kidding, but you're just wrong. Hey, he also makes bad movies. That too. You aren't excited for Death Stranding 2? I couldn't even get through Death Stranding 1, and I invested 21 hours of my fucking life to that game. It stunk. That's why I didn't feel bad when I told Ursa, G0, and Kane that I wasn't continuing. Because it wasn't like I played it for 5 minutes and went, no, I don't want to do this. It was, I tried, and it didn't work. Like, I invested a day of my life to that game. And that was a mistake. Now I'm confused. Did do it for a few minutes and say, I don't want to do well, I openly admitted, yeah, I don't want to play this. But I powered through it because I thought that I was going to be able to pinch my nose and get through it, and then I realized that I was only like a third of the way through the game, and I had invested 21 hours of my life to it, and I'm like, do I really want to do this when I was so fucking miserable playing it? And I just went, no. No, I'm done. I can't do it.
And And thus it died. Never to be seen again. I'm gonna hit the bricks. I'm getting tired.
All right.
You have a good one, dude.
You too. But yes, I enjoyed House of Ashes. Did you? This game I'm gonna make you play 75% off right now for the next 13 hours. You want me to tell you? Oi. You can tell me what it is, but I have no intention of doing it anytime soon. Nor can I probably afford it. And I'm going to make you play is cute. I can say no, you know. Wonder what, is the max level 99 in this game? I mean, not like I'm actually going to hit that. What type of game is this? I'm gonna be honest, not getting a good feeling by looking at it. $22 no. If I'm gonna be honest with you, I'd rather not. Unlucky place. Pick another place. Oh, shit. Hello. Count, Preaky, Count. I was thinking of building a mansion around here. But there was a problem. I am confused. What does this game want? Oh. That's what it wanted. Engine room, emergency use only. This door is closed. Alright, so I'm going through here. Who are these people? Oh, yeah. One of them's the guardian deity. Whoops. Too bad. Are you trying to deceive me? No, I just got here and you guys are like, hey, come on my ship. You're not Rask, but your personality is like his. Oh boy, can I press a button? Let's go press the buttons. Touch. 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 Sorry, just give me a sec. I don't know what this game wants. Oh, do I need to talk to you? I don't understand. Well, who are you? I am JM. And I'm just walking around here. He's very suspicious. We'll have to watch him. Oh boy. I can't stand following humans like you, but I must follow orders. Oi. Okay, why is everyone a dick to me? What did I do? Did you see that? That boy! Yes, I saw him. He went in where there was nothing, and then appeared. A mysterious boy. I want him to come and play when the house is done. We have to look for another place. I'll build somewhere in this forest. I hope that will come to visit. Well, I will. Just not when you expect me to. So what does everybody have in store for this weekend? Sorry. Checking my blood sugar, it really threw me off my rhythm. Sorry, it's a little bit of a haphazard stream today because I got really thrown off my rhythm because of it fucking all this blood sugar wacky shit. Fuck, where's the house? There we go. You believe me now, asshole? It's a Ah! Monster! Oh, good. That worked. You're awake. It's me, Napoleon. Because I am a stupidly named robot. What have you been doing? What happened? Please tell me. No, I'm gonna die. A woman came. Ah, she stole the Tetran. We gotta go. Will you do me a favor, that robot? Please stop him. This Gateau, the Tetran, he must never know. You're the only one I could ask. If he gets the Tetran, no telling what he'll do. Oh, shit. Stop! He's a Fed! Don't talk to him! Do not reveal the secrets to the Fed! Quickly now! Rest is injured. I'm worried, but I can't leave here. Ah, shit. He told the Fed we're boned. Can't let them get their hands on it. I do want to apologize for not streaming on Twitch yesterday. I wanted to, but the game on Rumble took too long. So I just made a judgment call, and I knew it wasn't going to be a good stream if I had started at like midnight, so I just went to bed instead. Bah. I don't like the hitboxes and the enemies in the overworld, because they just their detection boxes are insane. Yeah, because it covers 3 lanes, which I'm still wondering why. Boo. Bonk. Yay. Wow. Level 30. Hey, Marlon, if you're still here, am I high enough level yet? Shit. That's not what I wanted to do. Oh no! I went backwards. Shit. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Because I can easily just go back, because unfortunately, I am way over leveled in every single area of this game. Moose, you okay? I do like how Boots 5 are treads. That is amusing. Okay, so right now, repairs and cures are my two most valuable assets. What do you want? I'm in the middle of something. Get out. No. What is that thing? Seriously, I can't use my drill on it? I did that by the pure skin of my teeth. You've come again. Even though I hurt you, you recovered fast. You haven't forgotten me, such a sad thing to say. Right, it's me, the hacker's leader, Rose. After the explosion, there was 100-year time slip. I suffered after that. I started a theft ring and collected money for research on how to return to our planet. All because of you. You wrecked my plan. Grrr. I was so happy to meet you in this world, and to get Tetrin back again. This Tetrin is mine now, and no, now I'll never bother you again. Ow. Apparently, I lost some of my inventory. Whoa. No, my flashlight! Wait, you have a gun and yes, okay, my respect for you has immediately increased. He hid a gun in his roses. Pain. Pain in like the surface of my ear. I think it's probably this is bothering it. Ugh, son of a bitch. And delete. Man, this darkness is not doing me any favors. Because I can't find shit. I wonder, how much of this game do I actually have left? It can't be much. It cannot be much. What do you mean it's too noisy? That's bullshit. Oh shit. It was made by Rask and Gato Robot. I'm hard to destroy. To ask me to kill you, but I'll help you. Yep. Yep, Gateaus have fed. Hello. And delete. I just wanted to walk hand in hand with a girl. What? I cast Yeetus Deletus. That was essentially what I did. But it's super effective. It was. I am over leveled by a long shot. But that's gotta be it for me for tonight, guys. I am extremely tired, so I'm gonna have to wind down here. Tomorrow is gonna be more of this, so look forward to that. Should be a lot of fun. I'm not sure how much how much more I have of this game. I'm actually curious. I'm on part 14. No, part 13. Of part 16, so I've got a little bit more to go. So we got probably like 3, maybe 4 streams left of this game. And I'm already broken. So that's great. So I appreciate everybody hanging out with me tonight. It means quite a bit to me, seriously. Especially with this haphazard schedule I'm trying out. But we will continue with Robotrek tomorrow and see how much more progress we can get. And with that, actually, you know what? Let's I haven't thrown a raid to somebody in a while. It'll be a small raid, but a raid nonetheless. We're gonna throw a raid over to Kane, who is good people. And I hope everybody goes and follows him. And with that, I hope everybody has a great night. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night, everybody.